Welcome to Lenworth the Lonestars Country Radio Review. I'm absolutely smitten with the new pop country star, Momo Boyd, who many may already know from her internet famous soft rock band, Infinity Song, which was formed by her and her equally talented and gorgeous siblings. Black music listeners who love rock, country, and alternative music have been begging for black artists to take over the genres, and Infinity Song and the band's first solo star, Momo Boyd, are giving us just what we asked for. Infinity Song has been gaining notoriety online and with critics, and they have also signed deals with the popular label Rock Nation. But they are simultaneously supporting Momo Boyd's solo debut. I love Infinity Song's music already, and I was absolutely blown away by their unique, timeless sound, so I was even more surprised when I heard Momo Boyd's solo EP entitled Miss Michigan. But before I go in depth into why I love her Miss Michigan EP, we also have to note that Momo has already had an iconic feature, which really put Momo and the band Infinity Song on the map. Momo Boyd had her first hit on the Billboard Hot 100 when she collaborated with rap star Baby Keem and rap legend Kendrick Lamar on their 2026 song Good Flirts. Baby Keem has etched out his own career and hits outside of his rap star cousin Kendrick Lamar, but when they work together, you know it's going to be a moment. Plus, Momo Boyd singing on the groovy smooth hook was a great way to get people aware of her and her band's music. This song is a mid-tempo, understated R&B love song that fits Momo Boyd's subdued, cool vocals. The song has already hit the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 34, and it even hit number 1 on the rhythmic airplay charts, putting Momo Boyd squarely on the map. But now that she's released an EP full of solo music, we can get into her own sense of style as an artist. When I heard this lovely EP, I immediately made comparisons to her voice and writing style that reminded me of a mix between SZA, Taylor Swift, and Lana Del Rey. I love a cohesive album that gives me a vibe, and Miss Michigan does just that. Miss Michigan sounds like a beautiful mix of Americana, pop, and R&B, though I do think that this album is mostly country pop and alternative rock. Momo first dropped American Love Song as a single with an accompanying visualizer in 2025, where she's holding a horse, getting married, and singing a simple guitar ballad. It makes sense that this EP is called Miss Michigan because Momo and her siblings hail from Detroit, Michigan, and many country artists pay homage to where they come from in their music. American Love Song is seemingly a breakup song about Momo Boyd's independence and her unwillingness to compromise. The dramatic visualizer, with a horse, the wedding dress, and the American flags is reminiscent of videos and vocals I've seen from Lana Del Rey, and I can't help but wonder if she's a fan of Lana's music like me. The EP's first song, called Cold Hands, is another slow and painful guitar ballad with a small orchestra in the background, which adds so much drama to her vocals. This song is a poignant track about being nervous to commit to a partner because of her past experiences with relationships that ended, including her own parents' marriage. In the chorus, she admits she's been waiting for the other shoe to drop, but she's prepared because she's a child of divorce. I love that sentiment of this song and her soaring vocals, and the fact that she can play guitar when she sings songs like these. Big Country is one of my favorite songs on this EP because of its optimism and its celebration of Americana, particularly road trips. If you've ever driven through several American states on a road trip like I did growing up, you can definitely identify with this song about the expansiveness of America. She's a Sweetheart is another upbeat jam that has a much more optimistic sound than its actual meaning in the lyrics. She's a Sweetheart is actually a self-aware song about people-pleasing, where the writer is aware of her need to seem perfect to please everyone around her. Another one of my favorite songs from this EP is Second Best, a somber country pop guitar ballad about disappointing the ones you love, even though you realize the other person isn't giving you their all. This song is so catchy, and I think so much of Momo's music should be on the radio. The last song on Miss Michigan, entitled Oops, is actually the one that stands out because it sounds so drastically different from the other songs on this EP. Oops is a catchy pop and R&B song that ditches the country pop productions for electronics, 808s, and hip hop and R&B productions. Oops is a sassy breakup track about not being into the guy who's chasing you, and many R&B fans have gravitated to this track despite the fact that Momo's sound is mostly country pop and Americana. The success of Oops would bring about Momo Boyd's first solo entry on the charts, hitting number 36 on the rhythmic airplay charts, showing Boyd's growing notoriety in music. I'm absolutely in love with Momo Boyd's music and her sense of style, from her clothes to the visuals she's putting together in her visualizers, which definitely brings me into her own world. I look forward to seeing what Momo Boyd brings us next, and I wonder if she'll lean more into country, pop, or R&B in her future projects.